From the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, it's the opening round of the 1997 Supercross Series. Art Ekman, David Bailey, Davey Coombs with you. It's one of the most exciting beginnings to a season in recent years, with four-time champion Jeremy McGrath switching from a Honda to a Suzuki. Right now they're on the line as we take a look at the Suzuki starting grid. Number 1, that's Jeremy McGrath, of course. Number 3, right next to him, Jeff Emig, the runner-up last year, and the only rider to defeat Jeremy McGrath throughout the entire 15-race season. 32nd board is up. We're just about set to get this underway after some great, exciting qualifying heats. We kind of expect this main event to be even more exciting, David Bailey.
I would expect to see number 17, Damon Huffman, if he can get a decent start, be a real threat to win this main event. He caught Jeremy and Lamson in that heat race from out of nowhere, so he was the fastest guy on the racetrack. There he is.
A lot of fast riders on that gate right now, getting set. Damon Huffman, number 17. Jeremy McGrath leans in. They're starting to rev up, and the season is underway for the 250s. It is Jeremy McGrath on the inside, Emig to the outside. McGrath is tied up in turn 1. He has an atrocious start. Out in front is Jeff Emig, number 3.
Steve Lamson down in the first corner. He and Jeremy both getting tangled up.
Bradshaw went down. He was in second place at the time.
What a bad break for all the top 3 guys. McGrath down again before the peristyle, and Emig pressured by Albertine.
Brown and McGrath ran into each other. Lamson just passing Jeremy McGrath in last place.
What a gift for Jeff Emig right now. McGrath, Lamson, and Bradshaw, 3 guys that were on fire in the heat race, all at the back of the pack now. Great opportunity for Albertine to win his first Supercross.
Lamson and McGrath went down again. Lamson making the contact in the corner.
McGrath holding up his arms like, come on, that's twice now, Steve, come on.
Yeah, those guys had to work together. They need to go up through the field, and it's not going to happen now.
Jeff Emig, 250 national champion, 1996. The World Supercross champion last year as well. 125 national outdoor champion in 92. Trying to hold off the 3-time world champion, Greg Albertine, number 8. Greg Albertine to the inside, a bar-to-bar battle into the triple. Albertine has the speed and the momentum.
Neither one of these guys realize probably what's happened behind them to Steve Lamson and Jeremy McGrath. And like Skip said, what a huge advantage in the points. Doug Henry really starting to put the pressure on Emig. While we were at commercial, Emig made a mistake. His throttle hand came completely off the handlebar. He saved it, put it back on.
Here comes Henry to the inside. Emig goes down. Ward moves into second place. Ezra Lusk blazing by for third.
I wouldn't want to be inside Emig's helmet right now either, but it looked like maybe he had made so many mistakes. I would think that was arm pump.
Jimmy Button and Huffman have been going at it in back of the pack. Albertine, Henry, Ward, Lusk, and Button in that order. The battle for 5th place is on.
Huffman so much faster in the whoop section, takes the inside line. Lusk tries to square him off, but Huffman had the momentum.
Well, many riders have won their first Supercross in their opening round of a season, including Mr. David Bailey next to us.
And lucked out in '83 and won the opener in Anaheim. I don't think anybody expected it. I didn't. I was just hoping to finish in the top 5. Had kind of the same goals that we've heard from Damon Huffman. Just trying to get through the first few races, feel things out like Skip said, and then start to put on a charge, and won it. And from there on out, it's a great season and went on to win the title. And we may see this from Albertine. No goggles on McGrath now.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. Goggles off. It's hard to pass those guys when you get up on those roofs and dirt flying. It's not a good sign.
LaRocco is now in 4th, and Ezra Lusk right behind him in 5th. This is the battle of the race right now. We'll get back to Albertine if Henry should draw any closer, but Albertine is starting to draw a little bit of lead. White flag lap right now as Albertine goes across the finish line jump. This is the final lap. Greg Albertine, can he gain his first Supercross victory in the United States? Albertine through the timing section takes the checkered flag. Roger DeCoster has got to be going out of his mind. Ezra Lusk battling with Mike LaRocco. Mike LaRocco holds him off. Going through the timing section. Can Lusk beat him across? No, LaRocco edges him for fourth place. Larry Ward finishing in third. What a great first round.
Yeah, that's how it's going. You know, you had Albertine in your sights most of the way around the track.
From one of the greatest landmarks in Supercross history, the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, it's round 2 of the 1997 AMA Supercross Series. Art Ekman, David Bailey, Skip Norfolk, and Davey Coombs bringing you the action. It's get nervous time, especially for the mechanics behind the riders that don't have that sense of control now.
You know, you always pump them off and you tell them what they need to hear at this point right before the gate drops.
Yeah, we've heard you on mic a couple of times, Skip. You do a pretty good job on that. What would you tell Jeremy right now?
Think about the gate, nothing else matters.
Board sideways, so 5 to 10 seconds, and this round number 2 for the Los Angeles Coliseum of the 1997 is underway. Jeremy McGrath to the inside. It's Ezra Lusk, the whole shot. He picks up the $1,000. Larry Ward, though, comes out of the corner in the lead. Ezra Lusk and Larry Ward. Albertine goes down, number 8.
He's got to be thrilled right now. He knows that if he plays his cards right, he's probably going to get a podium, but right now, he's going for the win. If he can open up a lead, maybe those Yamaha teammates will be battling amongst themselves, give him a little bit of cushion. If he doesn't have any pressure, he can pull away. We've seen him do it before.
Coming down the whoops, it's Ward. Doug Henry in second, Ezra Lusk in third, Jeremy McGrath in fourth with Steve Lamson in fifth. Look out for that confrontation. Damon Huffman is after Lamson, and Michael Craig is number 15 behind Damon Huffman. Henry on the move, trying to catch Larry Ward. Ward's best finish last year was a second in Charlotte. In 1995, he ended up as an independent team rider, second in points. That's the highest ever. Here comes Henry. Ward trying to hold on. Ward's got the inside track as they go into the rutted area by the mechanics. And Larry Ward somehow held onto the lead. Can he do it through the whoops? Doug Henry just doesn't have the angle.
Right now, Larry Ward wants this bad. He jumped into that corner, grabbed a handful of throttle, and came out of there wide open. He's aggressive. He's not going to let this get away from him. Adrenaline right here might be able to make up for it.
Henry to the inside, gets by Larry Ward cleanly. So it's Doug Henry, our leader, after a second place here with the Los Angeles Coliseum last week. Henry, Ward with Lusk on the move, and Jeremy McGrath in fourth with Lamson a distant fifth.
Jeremy's still about the same distance back from the leader now that it's Henry.
Here comes Lusk. Blowing by the Honda of Troy Ryder, who comes right back in the same area he came back against the leader, Henry.
Yamaha
can't hang on this time.
The Yamaha guys got that section dialed in. They followed each other all around in practice today, sharing each other's lines. Really seems to be paying off right now. Jeremy's still within distance. You got to think he's one of the guys that can get up and challenge the leaders.
Ward looks back. Look to see where McGrath is. As Jeremy McGrath is gunning for his first podium of the year. Has a little trick right there before going up the chute to the peristyle. Giving Ward a break. McGrath now bar to bar. He's got the inside move as they go into the corner. Jeremy McGrath moves into third. He's got Team Yamaha in front of him. Lamson now moving up close to Larry Ward.
Unbelievable.
Jimmy Button.
Button riding fantastic. Looked like he hit the pass.
Oh, Button goes flying through the air. A lot of people were saying, hey, this is such a competitive season. Could we see 7 or 8 different winners throughout the year? It started off that way, isn't it, David?
Absolutely. You got 10 guys potentially that could win this thing.
Still anything can happen. Henry, Lusk won both qualifying heats. They are 1-2 as the flashbulbs pop here in the Los Angeles Coliseum. Jeremy McGrath losing some ground now in third.
Henry's got just a little bit of lead. You need that. No mistakes, and it should be his.
You're just going into this hoop section going, pick the right rut.
Here comes Russell. Here comes Russell. Can he go to the inside on the whoops? Can he get a good line on Henry? Henry looks strong. Doug Henry wins his second Supercross. From Sun Devil Stadium in Tempe, Arizona, it's round 3 of the 4 Parts Unlimited AMA Supercross Series. Hello, everybody. Art Ekman, David Bailey, and Marty Reed bringing you the action. Five to 10 seconds, and that gate will drop, and we'll be underway to see who wins the grab. It is Emig. Lampson goes down. A pile up behind Lampson. Hughes gets up out of that pile and is back in the race. Doug Henry also down. Damon Bradshaw along with Lammy. But our leader right now is Jeff Emig. Out in front is Jeff Emig. Not far behind is Albertine and Jeremy McGrath. And then it's Larry Ward and Damon Huffman. McGrath to the inside against his teammate, Team Suzuki, and he comes back a little bit as Albertine gets the advantage back again.
It's a great attempt by Jeremy to take the inside.
Here comes Jeremy again through the whoops.
It was amazing. He went to the inside and still almost jumped the double.
McGrath in second place to challenge Jeff Emig, baby. Not getting a good speed out of those little bump sections.
It's getting tough, and now that Jeremy's this close, he's going to have to start protecting his line. Look how far to the inside. He went in that corner, makes a little mistake there. It's good news for Jeremy.
A lot of wheel spin out of that corner.
Well, he had to go so much to the inside to protect his line. He didn't get a good exit out of the corner. This is where Jeremy's been fast.
What a battle! Jeremy McGrath takes this first lead of the season. Jeremy McGrath is going to have to hold on, though, as Jeff Emig's to the inside. Emig doesn't smash him. Clean pass, clean corner, and Jeremy McGrath is in the lead. Emig, though, not willing to give up, tries to block past him on the final turn before the finish line jump. Larocco and Hughes. Number 11 is Lusk. Craig is 15. Henry is number 20 after that bat. And Lusk is down. First time he's gone down this year. Jeremy McGrath spun out in that sand, and Emig is now in first place with Albertine in second and Jeremy McGrath in third with Larry Ward in fourth. Albertine and McGrath second and third.
Larry Ward, number 6 there behind Jeremy, really starting to put the pressure on by the finish line jump. Keeps getting close to Jeremy. He's getting a little quicker through the whoop section. Now look at Damon Huffman.
And Albertine is off the track. So Emig has a horrendous lead.
The battle for second behind Emig is a three-way battle now, and that may be to the benefit of Emig.
5 seconds in front of Jeremy McGrath. We've got a three-way battle for second place. Emig and Huffman goes off the track. Huffman very frustrated. And we look at our leader, Jeff Emig. Jeff Emig now trying to gear it up and pull away from Jeremy McGrath.
I don't see it happening. Right now, Jeremy's starting to close the gap a little bit, and as soon as Emig looks back there and sees that number 1 coming again, it's going to change his riding.
He's not been able to close the gap on the last lap. Here's Ward and Hughes. Hughes battling it out. Hughes with a horrible start of the season is adverse to Larry Ward's.
You can see right there how fast Hughes is to that whoop section.
Hughes looks like he wants to take on McGrath.
He's not that far away. Got pretty sideways right there, but the way he's going through that whoop section, if he gets close enough to Jeremy, he'll make the pass, no doubt.
Well, anything can happen in this sand, as Jeremy McGrath found out earlier in the race, that's for sure. Kawasaki has never won here in Phoenix. Emig won a 125 race back in 1991 when he was on a Honda. As we take a look at Jeremy McGrath, trying to pick up some space on Jeff Emig, but Emig is just riding beautifully.
Well, he had a great opportunity once Jeremy went down to kind of get a second wind. You can see how deep these ruts are getting in the corners. There's Ryan Hughes. He's pulled up quite a bit on McGrath now. McGrath keeps on reaching over the triple jump. I'm not sure what he's doing. He takes his left hand off the handlebar and looks like he's adjusting something every time.
Might have been after the bike went down. It got bent up a little bit. Jeremy McGrath still looks awfully good after going down. Jeremy McGrath, it's reported from the pits, has a clutch problem right now, and Ryan Hughes is trying to take advantage of it. Let's go to Marty.
Yeah, guys, I talked to Wyatt Seals, and I said, what's he adjusting? He says it's a clutch. It's a problem that they've experienced and is just holding on now.
It might tell in the whoop sections, David.
Well, it's the last chance Ryan Hughes is going to have to get around McGrath for second. Looks like Hemmig's going to be able to hold on to it.
Jeff Emig takes round number 3. Oh, what an exciting start to the series for 1997 in Supercross. And a record 63,565 fans saw Jeff Emig become the 3rd winner of the season. Welcome to the Kingdom in Seattle, Washington for round number 4. Oh, the crowd's gone. They're really enjoying it. It could go at any time now. The 250 main from the Seattle Kingdom is underway. Lamson, a good start, number 4. Does he pick up the $1,000? It's close. Michael Craig, number 15. Jeremy McGrath is right there. Oh, a great start. Ezra Lusk is right behind Jeremy McGrath, number 11. In first place, it's Mike Craig. Jeremy McGrath in second. Steve Lamson in good position, third. Then it's Ezra Lusk trying to make a move on Lamson. Rough and tumble this is going to be. Jeremy McGrath trying to hold on a second. Here comes Ezra Lusk. He makes the pass on Jeremy McGrath. So does Larry Ward. So all of a sudden, Jeremy is back to 4th, unless he comes through in the whoop section. Our leader is Michael Craig.
I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of lead changes here, other than Mike Craig sneaking in there and grabbing that hole shot like he did in the heat race. All the favorites we highlighted are out front. This is going to be a great race.
Michael Craig hasn't had the best start on his season after a good season in Europe. A 6th and an 8th. And here's the battle between Ward and Jeremy McGrath. Larry Ward, number 6, Honda of Troy. And number 1, with the Knack-Knack Racing Machine, Jeremy McGrath. So McGrath is now in 4th.
And he almost got a sandwich right there. He touched the back tire of Larry Ward, and then the rear tire of him was getting rubbed off by Steve Lamson. Did a good job to keep it upright.
Here comes Lusk. The young rider from Bainbridge, Georgia. Block pass. Ezra Lusk, number 11. Back and forth we go, bar to bar. Over the Thor triple. Oh, good acceleration on the outside. And now here's Lusk on the inside.
Craig cuts back to the inside. If he can do the triple. Lusk looks over at him, shuts the door. These guys are starting to pull away just a little bit from McGrath and Lamson, but Larry Ward now. Larry Ward and McGrath swapping positions the last couple of laps.
Ezra Lusk with a 3-second lead on Michael Craig. Then Larry Ward, then Jeremy McGrath. And here comes Doug Henry approaching the rear end of Jeremy McGrath. Oh, he's right on his roost.
Henry with that inside line. Let's see what happens here. Different timing. Look at Henry. Triples all the way over this. No one else has done that tonight.
Jeremy McGrath just able to block him out there, but what's going to happen in the whoops? Here comes Henry. Henry passes McGrath. And so McGrath slips back to 5th spot. Here comes Larry Ward. Getting in front of Michael Craig. Moving into 2nd. Brings the Seattle crowd alive. As we mentioned, Larry Ward's lone Supercross victory is right here in Seattle. Henry moves in front of Craig for 3rd. So Henry is on the move. His pass of his teammate at the time, Jeremy McGrath, in the heat race, shocked the Honda crew.
Right now, he's shocking Jeremy again. He came around him. Jeremy's still in the hunt, though. He's staying close. Like I said, you're going to have to play your cool. Lusk is down.
Lusk went down. crowd erupts. Larry Ward has taken over the lead, but hot on his trail is Doug Henry.
It's going to come down to sheer determination and will. Who's got the most resolve, and behind these guys, McGrath is dangerously close.
Ward took a third place here in 1995. Ended up 8th in 96 after leading the first 10 laps. Larry Ward bar to bar. Doug Henry. A lot of Doug Henry fans here. Very knowledgeable fans of the Pacific Northwest, knowing how far Doug Henry has come back to lead this race. Not just in the race, but in life.
You can see as Larry Ward went through the mechanics area just after he got past, looked like he just took a great big deep breath. Like, okay, get it together. He made a couple of mistakes, but you're still got a good lead over McGrath. You're still right there with Henry. Anything can happen at the end of this race.
8 laps to go.
That's
McGrath in third.
8 laps to go is an entire heat race.
And Emig has moved into 4th. Lamson in 5th. And LaRocco now in 6th.
Lamson's starting to put the pressure on Emig now.
Oh, that's a good duel. Lamson feeling the heat. He puts the heat on himself to move up that ladder for Team Honda, the Lone Ranger.
It's a great track. You can see all the different choices of lines. Everyone's got a different idea of the fastest way through sections because of the ruts. Getting everyone fit. Lamson right there coming up short. Looks like he hurt himself.
And here comes LaRocco moving up a spot. LaRocco into 5th. Jeremy McGrath setting his sights on his first Supercross win. He got his first win in the heat in the 125s here in Seattle. Look at it, back and forth, Larry Ward. And McGrath inches ahead of Larry Ward.
I think Larry Ward right now, Art, is playing it smart. He's seeing all these guys crash. Every time he comes around, there's another guy down.
Jeremy is still only 3.5 seconds in back, but we're on the final lap. Almost an impossibility unless Henry should bobble.
Smart for Larry Ward. Oh! Emig lands on Larry Ward.
Ward doesn't want to give it up.
That was smart for Ward. He took the inside in the corner.
And Emig had trouble in the whoops. The checkered flag for Doug Henry. He becomes the first 2-time winner of the 1997 season. Well, the talk in the pits prior to race time was Doug Henry. Yeah, look at that sign. A Doug Henry fan here in Indianapolis. He's gained a lot of fans coming back from that miraculous surgery. It's get tense time, David.
You know, I don't think the riders ever outgrow this feeling. Every one of them, I can tell you how that feels, and it's not good. But as soon as the gate drops, it all changes. I wish my whole career I could have somehow not had that anxiety, but it's always there.
Okay, let's see who can get to the 1-900 Pro Race Whole Shot Award of $1,000 first. They are off. Emig with a good start out in front, number 3. Emig, Ward, Henry, McGrath. Boy, what a battle this could shape up to be. With Huffman, Craig, LaRocco, and Albertine, and Kudrowski behind them.
The way the track is right now, it's all dozed clean, so no one's going to make any mistakes until a little bit later in the race. I have a feeling it's going to be a fast pace, and all these guys are going to stay glued together. Uh-oh. Out front, Emig in the mechanics area went a little bit wide right out of this group section here, collected the banners in his rear wheel. There you see him. That's going to mess up his rear brake.
We've got a 4-group front out front with Emig, Ward, Henry, and McGrath, and a group of 4 coming up behind. Look at the move now. Henry's trying to make a move on Larry Ward. He has the speed to cross the finish line jump in front of Ward. So now, will he put the preheat on Emig? I do believe so, guys.
Well, he's got a clear shot up to Emig. All it took was that little mistake by Ward. Ward's back up to pace. Just that one mistake in those ruts. Right now, look how much distance Doug Henry has made up since he passed Larry Ward. He's right on the rear fender now. In certain places on the racetrack to Jeff Emig.
Michael Craig is making a move, has just almost passed Larry Ward. Yes, number 15. Michael Craig not only passed Ward, he passed McGrath. Michael Craig proving many, many races ago that he's a very quick rider.
Jeremy lost his sync on that lap really bad. We see him getting slower and slower. There might be something wrong there. Now LaRocco's went by. He is spiraled backwards in the pack. He's down to about 8th now. I wonder what's going on.
Emig gained a second on Doug Henry on the last lap, so he's definitely inspired.
Well, he's pulled away from this battle that we're seeing here with Larry Ward and his teammate, Mike Craig. These guys are having to ride a little bit defensive like Davey was talking about. Now that's allowed Henry to have a little bit breathing room, not worry about those guys, just focus on Jeff Emig. And it's that point in the race where he's got to do something now or it's not going to happen.
Mike LaRocco in front of his home state fans, just moving in front of Michael Craig, number 15. And he's going to take on next Larry Ward. He's got the speed. He comes in front of Larry Ward. Mike LaRocco has done a fabulous job. Now can he catch Henry?
That's about the fastest I ever saw two guys on the same team get passed by someone else. He went through those guys like right now.
With 4 laps remaining, it appears that Emig is going to fight his way back into contention in the points race.
Very, very important race for Emig. I know he rode a very quiet 4th in Seattle, but coming to Indianapolis, first of all, ending Jeremy McGrath's winning streak at 4 here, then beating Doug Henry in a straight-up race with a banner in your back wheel. That's a heck of a night.
Mike LaRocco just passed Doug Henry. As we see number 3, Jeff Emig out in front of them.
Emig's got that whole straightaway right there leading into the loop section. Watch these guys into the corner. It's LaRocco. Mike Craig is still right there. You see the lap times have really slowed down from what we saw in the 125 class due to the deterioration of the racetrack. Takes that much more energy to ride 250 around here, and Emig is about to put it all together.
This is the first time a Honda has not won Indianapolis as Jeff Emig. Number 3, the winner. LaRocco 2nd. Henry 3rd. Craig, his finest performance of the year, in 4th. And Greg Albertine in 5th. With Kedrowski after that. And Larry Ward along with Damon Huffman. And then Jeremy McGrath. They're stretching out the arms. They're shaking the legs. The 30-second board is up. We're just about set for action time here from the Georgia Dome. Lots of nerves going on right now. Mike LaRocco on the end here, number 5. It's sideways. It could drop any time now. They're rubbing up. Late start by LaRocco. Good start, though, by Albertine and Huffman. 17, Damon Huffman, $1,000 richer. It's Huffman, Albertine, Emig in great shape. Lampson is next. And Jeremy McGrath is on the inside, blocking out Lampson.
Looks like we lost Mike Craig down there in the first turn. He went down with Jeff Matasevich and looked like Ryan Huffman. Craig is a long shot, even longer now.
Damon Huffman and Jeff Emig, 1 and 2 with Albertine, gunning with McGrath for number 3.
Way in the back of the pack, we got the 3 Yamaha.
Oh, going down. It's Jeremy McGrath moving into 3rd now with Albertine hitting the deck.
It may take Jeremy a while to win. I mean, look at what he's riding the best he's ridden in quite a while. Looks great out there. He looked good in his heat race. Still wasn't able to pick up a win. Things this year are a lot tougher than they were last year for McGrath.
A lot of adjusting on that bike. He only got the effort together, his own racing team, with less than a week to build the bike and also get all the contracts signed and everything else. So it's only natural. I'm surprised really he's done as well as he has this year with so many podiums. Here he comes with the big race on, trying to get around Jeff Emig. Seals him off. Jeff Emig, a good bang performance.
And Jeremy knew that was coming too. That's how exciting that rhythm section is. The way the track designers built this, they had different timing. Jeremy looked over, knew Emig was coming. I think rather expected it. He did a good job of staying up. Imagine what that feels like, having a 200-pound motorcycle with a guy on a run in India.
That's the old Jeremy. I feel like the clock's ticking on Emig right now.
Lampson having trouble. MK cuts underneath. Here comes LaRocco, number 5.
That's what it takes. Got to keep the pressure on. With Kedrowski keeping the pressure on. And Ryan Hughes has gone down the first corner. So that moves Kedrowski into 4th.
And here comes LaRocco putting the block pass on Steve Lampson. LaRocco doing a great job. Huffman and Emig still out in front with McGrath in 3rd.
And the faster line is, of course, the deeper rut. And if you're in front of somebody, like in the case of Kudrowski right now with LaRocco breathing down his neck, should he take the fast line and go for the deep rut? Or
LaRocco cuts to the inside, sending the MK to the outside. Oh, what a great battle. Mike LaRocco has got the fastest bike on the track right now. Former teammates battling it out.
the next guy in LaRocco's sights is McGrath, and the pace that LaRocco's got, he could catch him.
Yes, very much so.
I'll tell you, Mike LaRocco is the last guy that Jeremy probably wants to see in his rearview mirror right now, because LaRocco is the strongest guy in the second half of these races, Doug Henry notwithstanding.
Huffman's got a pretty good lead still. He can afford a mistake here and there and still hang on to this, and he's got no lapped riders in front of him. But for Jeremy McGrath, he's got LaRocco breathing down his neck. LaRocco jumping all the way over that camel jump, makes a little time. Look how close they are now.
It's interesting to see Jeremy McGrath having to ride conservative, having to ride for points, not victories.
It's been that kind of year, Art.
That may pay off in the end, but it's not quite as glamorous as winning 14 races.
Absolutely. But right now, this guy, his heart has got to be jumping out of his body. Damon Huffman. The checker's flag for Damon Huffman. His first Supercross win ever. In the 250 ranks, Jeremy McGrath holding off Mike LaRocco. Valuable points for Jeremy in third.
There were only 3 sweeps in the history of Daytona by one brand. And that was by Honda, and you were part of one of them, David Bailey, back in 1983. Bob Hanna, O'Mara, Bailey in third. 78, they had a sweep. And in 1990, Stanton with John Michelle Bale and Mike Kudrowski, who unfortunately is not racing here because of an injury. The board is sideways. That means, and the gate drop. Emig, number 3. Number 11, Ezra Lusk. Number 10, Damon Bradshaw, and Henry is to the inside, number 20. Henry making a move into second place right about now, bar to bar down the whoops.
I saw McGrath get shut off really hard off the start. He's back about 20th place right now. It's a terrible start from McGrath.
This is the same thing that happened in the heat race. Henry was looking good early, and then he started to struggle, and Lusk worked his way around. Now the same thing's happened again. Lusk applying the pressure.
Oh, we see in our shot, Albertine's got a great battle on Bradshaw, and Albertine moves into 4th place against Bradshaw. As we take a look at the 2 Yamahas in 2nd and 3rd, Lusk is battling with Henry. There's Albertine, number 8. Bradshaw, number 10.
Don't count out number 4, Lamson, who was putting the pressure on Emig in their heat race. The whole race, he never let Emig get away. He's just behind this battle.
There you see number 4, Lamson, is really putting the pressure on Bradshaw behind these 2. Oh, what a great battle behind Emig. I hate to leave the leader alone, but he's
Lusk
doing a good job.
Looks like Lusk may have just gone down just as they went through that corner.
Ezra Lusk having his problems as Henry and Albertine trying to catch up with him. Albertine makes the move. Greg Albertine, who won the first event of the season, and here comes Henry right back. Oh, what great racing.
Albie got him back right there. Albie pushed him out, had a good solid line. Albertine in 1 lap passed both Yamahas and Bradshaw. He's in 2nd. Let's see if he can go after Emig.
Well, it's been a surprise every week. How about Albertine coming back and winning another one here? He certainly looks like he can do it.
McGrath has made an unbelievable charge. In fact, you talk about riding on the edge. Number 1 has done it here, Davey Combs.
Yeah, that's right. We watched that whole lap. We watched Jeremy McGrath, and he's going really hard. He's charging. He's moving up on Henry. He's 7th place right now. Plenty of time left to get a podium spot. I'm telling you, this is maybe what Jeremy needs to get his confidence up. But, David, how many times are we going to have to say that?
Well, we've been saying it pretty much every week. That's the worst start McGrath's gotten all year. Sometimes that's what it takes to really get you fired up. He's riding so aggressive. Looks like he's riding angry, taking chances. And there's time enough for him to catch Emig, and don't count out the fact that when Emig gets into lapped riders, he's going to get held up quite a bit. That's going to be the advantage of all the guys behind.
Ezra Lusk. Boy, it's good to see him stay upright and be so competitive. Not letting Jeremy McGrath bother him. Here comes McGrath giving the challenge to Lamson. He can't quite make it by.
Yeah, that's the thing about Lusk, though. Remember, Art, he didn't stay up. He went down once already in this race.
Right.
So he's making a really nice comeback. And there goes Jeremy right there. Something seems to be wrong with Lamson's game plan here. Maybe he's getting tired, too. the effects of the cold. Again, hate to use that so many times, but a lot of guys down there are sick.
Picking up valuable time on Ezra Lusk, but can he get around that lapper?
You saw
371 is Thomas.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And also, you saw one of the guys he lapped was Damon Bradshaw. Looks like he's going to call an afternoon early.
Bradshaw in 13th, Henry in 10th. Here's the battle low, 1 versus 11. Jeremy McGrath looks to the side as he makes the pass, and the fans are cheering loudly for him.
Great ride for Jeremy as well. Emick searching for a smooth line. Almost went out there and collected those banners again. Remember what happened? This was Indianapolis, where he had banners in his wheel the entire race.
He's getting ready now for the white flag. It is waving as Jeff Emick comes across the finish line jump.
Oh, that is a great feeling, especially when you turn around and look and see that you got a pretty big gap, which is now starting to shrink. Look at Greg Albertine. He has really picked it up this last lap, last-ditch effort.
Well, I'm so impressed with Greg Albertine, and again, didn't mean to jinx when I said that, but maybe I should say that every time, because it seems like when I say he's going to win, he goes down.
Yeah. Jeff Emick, of course, trying to keep a string of sorts alive. He won at Phoenix, was 4th, and then won again, and then came a 2nd place, and now every other race, Jeff Emick, the checkered flag.
Whole shot again. You're just cashing in all that 1-900 money.
Yeah, I would like to thank 900 Pro Race for all that whole shot money, and man, I mean, I can't say enough about my bike and my mechanic Jeremy Albrecht and everybody on the team. They're working real hard for me, and it's really paying off. We're having a great time doing it too.
Just yes or no? You want to take that money and sort of buy this real estate permanently here?
Well,
I said yes or no.
I think it'd be a real small spot that I can get here at Daytona Speedway, but I'm more than happy to win here in front of all the crowd and to have my name up on that plaque.
This is when it's all up to the rider. Everyone has to step out of the way. No more communication. All he'll see now is what Wyatt puts on the pit board.
No rider in the history of Supercross has won the title without winning at least one Supercross. Jeremy McGrath with a good start, but it's Jeff Emick with the whole shot. McGrath is second.
McGrath
Jimmy
right
Button
there.
is third.
Lusk going down in the first corner.
Along with Rich Taylor, number 30. But out in front is Emick, number 3, with McGrath, number 1, making a quick early move. Jimmy Button, a fantastic performance. They touch back wheels. McGrath getting rough. Jeremy McGrath still back in second place. Jimmy Button's got the inside move and is challenging for the lead. McGrath not giving up. They both hop by Emick. Oh my goodness. Jimmy Button and McGrath bar to bar. Button in first place. Look out for Jeff Albertine. Greg Albertine, I should say, as Jeff Emick is right next to him.
What a great first lap.
Oh, Jimmy Button, our first lap leader. Then it's McGrath. Then, if you can believe it, it's Albertine. And then Jeff Emick. And Lamson is giving Emick. Something's wrong with Emick, I think. Lamson just passed him.
Oh, Emick's just completely out of sync right now. He got the whole shot, thought, okay, business as usual, and all of a sudden McGrath off the triple. This triple right here tags him right in the rear at that inside. Then guys kept going by, so Emick's just out of his timing right now. We'll see what he's made of if he can carve his way back to the front. They're about ready to come to it.
Jeremy McGrath is starting now to pull up on Jimmy Button once again. Jeremy McGrath's going to show him a wheel or two here on the inside. Jeremy McGrath, his second lead of the Supercross season.
That was so smart. He'd been getting close to Button every time. Set him up. Button went wide, and Jeremy just went wide, took the line away.
How long can Jimmy Button stay with Jeremy McGrath now? Let's see if Jeremy, like the Jeremy of old, would now make a move to instantly pull away. This is the longest that Jeremy has gone without a win since he started in Supercross. Albertine moves past Jimmy Button into second place. Button not willing to give it up too easily. But now, Albertine, a very fine run in Daytona. Can he catch his teammate?
Oh, he definitely can catch Jeremy. He's got speed.
Here comes Larry Ward on Jeff Emick. We've got 3 laps to go. Larry Ward trying to make a move on the points leader. Ward, Honda of Troy, number 6, a great leaping jump, but he can't get the swing and the momentum out of the berm.
Well, now Jeff finds himself in the points lead.
Here's Henry making a move on Emick.
How much pressure that is every week. If he lets these 2 guys get by him, look at Jeff coming up short on that triple. That's all.
Henry! And Emick comes fighting back. A 3-way bike battle. Oh, my goodness.
Look at Emick. Comes out of that smelling like a rose. It looked like he was going to get passed by both Henry and Ward. Looks like Henry Putting a lot of pressure on Ward still, almost got by.
It's a battle for fourth instead of battle for third. Henry getting by Ward. Emig in fourth behind Button.
That'll be 4 more points if Emig drops these 2 spots that he's going to put in the pocket of McGrath.
You know, it's just as important for Henry to get out in front of Emig, and he knows it. He's coming off a very sore arm. Henry leaping over Jeff Emig. Emig trying to hop back into the action. Bar to bar, they scrape bodies.
Emig just will not give up. It looked like that was it. Henry made the move, and look what happened to Henry. He went all the way around Emig. Now he lost both positions. Larry Ward.
Here's Emig and Henry.
This is where Henry's been able to make his pass. See if he can do it again.
Button still in third. Henry flips in there. Emig tries to take his line away. Henry has to hesitate. Bar to bar. Henry pops in front. He's in fourth on Emig. Next target right now will be Jimmy Button. And here's the checkered flag. Jeremy McGrath, his 44th career Supercross win, his first of 97. He said it was coming. The last 3 races he felt it. But here tonight, a very, very happy Jeremy McGrath. And Albertine, his teammate, hugging Jeremy McGrath. Jimmy Button with his best performance of his career.
Oh, when was the last time you saw all top 3 guys that happy? Usually just the winner's the happy guy, but Albertine stoked to finish behind his teammate who picks up his first win on a Suzuki, and what a great ride for Button, hanging in there for third.
Look at that camaraderie. Welcome to the Astrodome in Houston, Texas, the first dome to host a Supercross, the 3rd venue to become part of the series back in 1974. I'm Art Ekman along with David Bailey and David Coombs, ready to bring you round number 9 of the 1997 season. We're almost set to go. The fans are on their feet now, right before us, and they're off. Who will get the whole shot now? Number 10 is Bradshaw to the outside, of the inside is Henry. Oh, it looked like a tie. Bradshaw, though, takes the lead. Henry in second. Larry Ward in third. It's Ezra Lusk in fourth with Jeremy McGrath and Jimmy Buttonette. McGrath is now in 5th spot.
Unbelievable. Bradshaw flew into that first corner. He hit that berm so hard he almost moved it. He's won here before, and he looked good in that heat race. But he's got Henry behind him. Henry was very creative in the heat race against McGrath, finding a way by.
One thing we didn't mention, Michael Craig, who's won Supercrosses before. There's Dalby. Albie went down and tries to restart, finishing second in his last 2 races, as you see on the screen. I don't have to read that for you. Oh, what a battle we've got here in Houston. Damon Bradshaw, who's won 3 times. And there's Henry taking the lead. Bradshaw coming right back off the mountain.
That Thor Mountain has proved to be a great place to pass. The corner going in, and if you blow it, the guy, if you pass, squares it and jumps back over the top of you. Here comes Henry again.
Henry just won't give up. He is fully healed, that's for sure. McGrath has gone down.
And Larry Ward coming in there, gets stuck on a hay bale. He tried to make the pass. He gets going, but he loses a couple of spots. Lusk and looks like Button went around him.
Damon Bradshaw is going to challenge. Ezra Lusk in third, has dropped back a little bit. Now Bradshaw, they bunch up into that corner.
Bradshaw Art has got that rare ability that I've seen from Johnson, I've seen from Hanna, where you're riding a certain pace, the guy catches and passes you. Usually that's it. He just starts to pull away slowly. Bradshaw will readjust his pace, ride with more adrenaline, more determination, and come right back.
They fly by a lapper who's down. Bradshaw, mistake. Lusk, bar to bar now with him. And here comes Emig. Emig now makes the pass on Bradshaw. Damon not willing to give up, though. Damon Bradshaw on the inside.
Now he tried to stop and prevent Emig from squaring it and getting over the top, but Emig just planned a little bit better. So one tiny mistake for Bradshaw. He was knocking on the door of Henry. Now he sits in 4th.
So it's Henry, number 20. Number 11, Lusk, looks over the shoulder the wrong way as Jeff Emig, number 3, in 3rd position.
This will be interesting to see what happens in the corner. Lusk will try to stop him. Didn't work.
Nice cut by Emig in 2nd place.
What an amazing ride from Emig. I've seen him ride from the whole shot and win. I've seen him finish on the podium. Look at that. Doesn't waste any time.
Incredible. Jeff Emig, what a performance. You know, we used to see him get out in front with hole shots, 5 in the last 8 rounds. He did not get the hole shot today. He's showing some real character and class right now. With Jeremy Albrecht, Emig's mechanic is Davey Coombs.
Actually, I was down here with Jeremy, but there's so much commotion going on down here, we lost him. But one thing I want to tell you guys, Jeremy McGrath had a run-in with either Larry Ward or Jimmy Button over there. His left sleeve is rolled up. It looks like his clutch lever might be bent, but the kid's charging. He looks like he's on it. Keep it on him.
Look at that Jeremy McGrath.
There you can see his shirt sleeve as he reaches up to pull a tearaway, clear that vision after making the pass.
Jeremy McGrath does not want to get... Oh, and Henry is down. As we told you, anything can happen. Jeremy McGrath still in 3rd place. The checker flag for Jeff Emig. What a performance from Emig. Ezra Lusk taking 2nd place. Welcome back to Orlando, Florida, the Citrus Bowl. The 32nd board is up. The goggles will be going on. The fans are standing up in front of us now. From the press box, we can see them standing and cheering. They're really into it as the board goes sideways. Any moment now, we will have the main event underway from Orlando, Florida, the Citrus Bowl. Who will get the $1,000 hole shot award? Lusk to the outside again, but Larry Ward, he runs across the line first. He's got the $1,000 with Ryan Hughes right on his tail. Rhino cuts to the inside. Rhino takes over the lead. Back and forth we go. Ezra Lusk is in a good position at 3rd as Larry Ward comes back on Rhino. Oh, they avoid a touch there in the corner. What exciting getaway. We have Mike LaRocco in 4th. Rhino really going out. It'll be interesting to see if he can maintain this energy level throughout the race after coming back off the injured list.
Oh, we saw Brian Swink go down that triple jump a little further back, and he's down. I tell you what, talking about Rhino, what an aggressive first lap. I was not expecting that from him, but then again, if someone's going to attack, it's going to be a guy named Rhino.
Mac.
There's a look at Swink.
He's in 8th place.
Here's a look at Brian Swink. He's on the inside of the turn after the triple and before the whoops, and he just was getting things going, riding so well lately, and he's definitely hurt.
Number 1, Jeremy McGrath to the inside. LaRocco, though, has not given up. He's had some good racing in the last few races.
They're just behind Emig. That's the look they get. Now they're able to go for the triple. Emig goes to the inside. He points the front wheel at Lusk, let him know he's there, and Ward is really starting to put the pressure on Hughes now. Ward and Rhino. Great chance to pick up a win here. It'd be Rhino's first 250 win.
Watch him in this corner. Hughes went outside last time, and Ward went inside. Right there, he got him.
Oh, almost touched the back rubber as Larry Ward looks back.
Great
call, Davey.
I saw that on the last lap. I knew it was going to happen. Let's see if Rhino tries the same move that he passed in the first place.
Larry Ward is our new leader. He has not led for quite some time.
Well, ever since '82, it's been looking pretty good for Honda, and all good things come to an end, and by losing Jeremy, that's definitely changed the figures. And the battle behind these guys between Jeremy, Emig, and LaRocco is really getting hot, heated up.
Boy, Ward has got to like that. Ezra Lusk, who's got the speed, cuts inside Rhino.
I can't believe Rhino did that 2 times in a row. He knows better than that. And now he's going to lose the spot to Emig.
Somebody went over the hay bales and is under the hay bales in the corner.
Now Jeremy has gotten around. Oh, I thought he got around. I got him mixed up. Jeremy has got a good look at Jeff Emig. LaRocco has made the move.
A 4-second lead for Larry Ward on Ezra Lusk. Here comes LaRocco. Oh, what a battle this is going to be. All kinds of laps. 15 to go. Let's get out of Marty Reed.
Well, just a quick ad on Ryan Hughes. We talked to him right before the race. He says, I really feel good, but I know I don't have 100% stamina. I just haven't had enough time to work out.
Jeremy McGrath, Marty, sorry to interrupt, is in a bar-to-bar battle with Jeff Emig.
Oh, my God. Jeremy just turned on a dime and left a nickel change right there. He went into that corner. I don't know how he made that rut. Now he's going to get by Ryan, it looks like. Got the inside.
Rhino's game's just falling apart here, but you know, for 3 laps he rode really well, and there goes McGrath right now.
McGrath looking back to Ryan Hughes as he shifts. Makes the move into the corner. Mike LaRocco, who's always done well and finished hard, is in front of Jeremy McGrath.
The important thing now is there it is. Emig has got to get around Rhino. He did it. Rhino made that a little bit easier. I think that it's just Rhino using his head, letting his teammate stay in contact with McGrath, because that's the battle for the series lead. There it is. Boy, that's close. Larry Ward, he must have eyes in the back of his head to know he had just enough room to take the outside right there. We saw Hughes lose his spot by going wide.
Here comes Ezra Lusk, showing him a wheel.
I have a feeling that the only way he's going to get around Larry Ward, who can continue to turn these laps to the end, is going to be a physical pass.
And the next pack, LaRocco and Jeremy only 1 second behind. 3 seconds behind, Ezra Lusk takes over the lead.
David, you hit it on the money right there. The first time he touched him is the first time he passed him.
Fighting through the lappers right now, Ezra Lusk, Larry Ward, Mike LaRocco, but right on the back rubber is Jeremy McGrath. Here comes Jeremy! Oh my goodness! Mike LaRocco's not going to give it up easy. McGrath to the inside. LaRocco gets the momentum. Bar to bar we go! Unbelievable racing from Orlando, Florida.
Once again, McGrath turning on a dime on that inside, and I'm surprised that LaRocco was unable to do that triple, unless perhaps he just wanted to let his teammate get around and put some points on Emig. After all, the title is on the line. There aren't very many races to go.
Ward faded outside. There's McGrath. Pow!
Unbelievable. McGrath now with only one man in front of him.
LaRocco trying to get in there and just move Larry Ward out of the way, and it cost him. Now Emig gets by. So that's good for Emig in the points. He's coming to the triple. See if he's got anything for the spectators.
He's all business.
Double fist pump. I think he's probably too tired and too nervous to do anything else.
Ezra Lusk about to become the 6th different rider to win a Supercross race in this season.
It's a great feeling, your first one, and it won't be the last.
Not since 1993 have there been 5 different winners in a season. Twice we've had 6 winners in the 90s beside this time. Ezra Lusk, the checkered flag, and his very first 250 victory. From the Transworld Dome in St. Louis, it's round number 11 of the AMA 4 Parts Unlimited Supercross Series. Hello, everyone. Art Ekman, along with David Bailey, Marty Reed, getting ready right to the action now. Jeremy McGrath getting ready. This is one Jeremy wants desperately. This is one that can spring him back into the tight race. The board is sideways. Let's see who gets the $1,000 1-800-PRO Race Whole Shot Award. They're off and running. McGrath and Emig right together. McGrath gets the $1,000. He stays in front of Emig. McGrath, Emig, Bradshaw, Larry Ward, Mike LaRocco in that order. Here comes Emig. Look out, Jeremy. Jeremy taking the inside.
Unbelievable. Look at this.
Oh, what a battle, David Bailey. Emig hopping into first place.
Emig takes a gamble, times those jumps a little different. It worked out better in the end, and a good start for LaRocco. Pretty good start, better than usual. Jeremy tries to slam the door. Emig almost lands on the hay bale, hangs onto the lead.
Emig, McGrath, Ward, and Albertine has moved into 4th place now, with Buddy Antonez in 5th. There's Jeremy Albrecht, Emig's mechanic. Very tense as he looks out there and sees his rider in first place. What a great jump by this young man, number 3, Jeff Emig. Here comes Jeremy once again.
Right now, whatever pain he does have, he doesn't care about.
Oh, Jeremy McGrath with the black pass. What a great battle. Here comes Larry Ward in 3rd. Jeremy to the inside. Shuts the door on Emig. Jeremy McGrath looking to gain 3 points at least on Jeff Emig if he can hold on to this lead in that points race. That would take it down to a 6-point Emig lead going to the next round. Larry Ward is finding some pressure from Albertine from behind. Number 6 is Ward. Number 8 is Albertine. He touches the rear wheel. Ward looking back to see who's there. Ward moving into 3rd in the points last week due to consistent single-digit finishes.
front of these guys, McGrath is just riding flawless, pulling away about a second a lap. He's already gone out of the picture around the first corner. These guys can't even see him from most of their vantage points on the track.
That looks like it's the real battle right now of the race.
Watch Lusk to the inside.
Lusk coming to the inside. They're whipping these laps off.
Now, that wasn't smart that time for Button to go wide. I know that line is fast. It's been working, but not when you got somebody on your tail like that. He should have known that Lusk was there. Maybe he doesn't want to have to deal with Lusk right now, and he can drop that spot and hopefully get a second win, learn a little bit, and make a strong push at the end.
12 laps to go in this main event from St. Louis, Missouri. Jeremy McGrath is well out in front of Larry Ward. McGrath looking for his very first win here in St. Louis. This is only the second race here in St. Louis for the Supercross action. Last year, Jeff Emig, of course, upsetting Jeremy McGrath for McGrath's only loss. Emig now finds himself in third behind Larry Ward. Here's the battle. Ezra Lusk taking to the inside on number 8.
So Lusk is riding with bruised ribs, having a tough time to breathe. Getting through here, putting together a pretty nice race. He's going to move up a little bit in the points chase. You can see Albertine, his feet coming off. As soon as your bike sinks down to that rut, the foot pegs get close to the ground. Albertine is down.
Good shot of our camera work right there as Albertine in good position to gain more points goes down here in St. Louis.
Emig has worked his way back around Larry Ward. They're about 8 seconds behind Jeremy now.
Oh, there's a battle going on, and Emig, I think, was pacing himself physically and decided now's the time to move up a notch.
Well, now if anything does happen to Jeremy, Emig is within striking distance, but I don't think he's close enough to keep any kind of pressure on Jeremy. Jeremy can run those 53s all night long. As long as he's got this lead over him, I don't think he'd be too concerned.
Well, in 6 laps, if it stays like this, Jeremy McGrath has his 45th career Supercross victory. It would be his second of the season, and it would narrow that points lead down to 4 points or maybe less.
It's getting tight. It's no fun being in a points battle like this unless you're the guy in the lead when it's all over with. Definitely going to cut it down. Emig did a good job last week by getting around a couple of riders in the closing stages and working his way back up into second here. It's only going to lose 2 points.
Jeremy McGrath, his second win of the year. From a sold-out Pontiac Silverdome, it's round 12 of the AMA 4 Parts Unlimited Supercross Series. Okay, who will get to that 1-800-PRO race? Whole shot line first. It's worth $1,000. But of course, with a title on the line, Jeremy McGrath and Jeff Emig are thinking much beyond that. Okay, they're revving up starts. Let's check out Jeremy McGrath's start. Buddy Antonez right next to him. Emig, McGrath. You can't get a better start with the 2 contenders. Emig had the angle on the turn. Windham is up there, but taking the lead. Back and forth we go with Ezra Lusk. Windham. Jeremy McGrath cuts inside, puts a little touch on Emig. Oh my goodness, Jeremy McGrath goes right to the start. Out of that whoop section, getting by Lusk.
Jeremy seems to be charging as hard as he can, and Lusk is still just inching up ever so slightly, and he's dragging this pack with him of Bradshaw, Windham, and Larry Ward. Windham over the triple, changing lines, trying to go to the inside on Bradshaw in this corner. Not necessarily faster, but why follow the guy? Not only do you get roosted, but if he falls, you run right into him.
Bradshaw is the next target for Windham. He's only 2 bike lengths behind, as you see there. Number 10, Damon Bradshaw, Manchester Honda. And what a delight for the Yamaha fans with their 125 West Coast rider Windham putting in such a strong performance before he tries to wrap up the 125 Western title.
Bradshaw putting in a great ride.
Oh, Bradshaw having trouble in the rut.
Got into that corner a little too hot. Hit that berm square instead of rolling into it. And the bike just wouldn't turn that sharp. But he did a good job to stay on the racetrack right there. He could have easily gone off right there by that hay bale. Jeremy just riding perfect. The way he got through that corner right there, just if he could have taken a picture, freeze frame, anywhere through that corner, he was in a perfect position, on the gas, perfect line, and still Lusk is there.
Here's our leader, McGrath. Lusk is behind him, picking up some time now.
That's
3.5 seconds, yes.
Making it through the whoops right there. Jeremy gets caught up in a few of those, and he starts bouncing up and down where Lusk is planing forwards.
This is our battle for third with Wyndham and Bradshaw.
The section right here coming the other way. Lusk just went out of the picture. Lusk's been getting through there fast as well. There's a main line developing down the middle of that with a rut in it. Lusk is riding through there like it's flat.
Emig has moved into 6th position right now. 4.5 second lead for our leader, Jeremy McGrath and Ezra Lusk, as we take a look at the battle behind with Jeff Emig trying to hold on to his points lead. Right now, if he stays in this position, we will have a new points leader going into Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Emig right now, to me, just looks a little bit like Ferry did in the 125. Like he's just not riding up to his potential. It's hard to say why. If it's just not comfortable out here on this racetrack, or if his arms are pumping up a little bit, or if nerves are just too much. But when anybody's got this kind of pressure on me, I'm nervous. Albertine is right there. Now Ryan has caught this battle because Emig looks like in some spots holding up Albertine just a little bit.
Here comes Larry Ward. Larry Ward getting by Wyndham.
McGrath
is down. McGrath is down, and he's under the bike. Lusk takes the lead. Ezra Lusk in the lead. You can hear his fans really splitting. They're standing up. McGrath cuts in front of Larry Ward, but still can't get his bike started. Let's check this out. Ward, can he pass him? Both Wyndham and Ward are by Jeremy McGrath, and McGrath's bike is in bad shape.
And there goes Bradshaw. He went by just to the left of your screen. Let's take another look at what happened. He jumps the triple. Now there's another little triple here. That's a technical section. Looks like everything's good there, but front end, Card's in there. He turns it a little too quick, and that soft stuff goes down, and he couldn't get up from that position. And it took him a few kicks to get the bike started, and that takes so much energy out of you at this point in the race. Believe me, he is tired.
Lusk, Wyndham, Ward, Bradshaw, and McGrath in the top 5. Oh my goodness, how quickly things change. And that corner has been a nemesis to many riders all night tonight.
Certainly has.
White flag lap for Ezra Lusk.
One lap to go. Jeremy could possibly get around Bradshaw, but now you see Lusk wheeling down that start chute. He's got to be feeling great, and what caused that was him keeping the pressure on McGrath. If he'd have slipped back and settled for second, let McGrath have a much bigger lead than that, Jeremy, he may not have been trying that hard, but it was obvious he went into that corner, had to jump over those triples, and it cost him big.
Lusk, Wyndham in second. This could be his best 250 finish, number 7. And Ward in third, equaling his best performance of the year. Bradshaw after Ward, and then Jeremy.
Well, it certainly looks good at the moment for Yamaha right now, running 1-2, and which brings me to the point of Doug Henry, a real title contender, and boy, we shouldn't miss him out here.
Ezra Lusk taking it easy. He's looking for 2 wins in his last 3 races. On the podium for the last 4 straight. His 5th podium of the year. He went into this race wanting to be a spoiler. The flashbulbs are popping for this young man. Ezra Lusk, what a wonderful ride. The checkers for Ezra. His 2nd win of the season, his 2nd career victory. Jeremy McGrath trying to fly by Bradshaw. Jeremy McGrath. Bradshaw goes down. That'll add a couple of more points and tighten up the points race.
Well, Bradshaw cased it terribly off that triple jump, coming into the corner trying to hold off Jeremy. Went into that corner with no control at all. Jeremy squared him off, and Bradshaw went down.
From the famed Charlotte Motor Speedway, it's round 13 of the AMA Thor Parts Unlimited Supercross Series. Hello, everyone. Art Ekman, along with Davey Coombs, former all-time Supercross winner Rick Johnson, and Marty Reed, bringing you a down-to-the-wire 2-way battle for the 1997 Supercross Championship. It's been the most competitive season since the years Rick Johnson tossed a leg over a bike.
Well, Art, you said that right. You know, this is the best thing that's ever happened to the sport. All these different winners, Yamaha, Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki back into the picture. Honda hasn't won a race this year. It's so many things are happening, and this sport is just thriving. The crowds are big, and the television audience is huge.
Last week at the Silverdome in Pontiac wasn't exactly the best of days for either Emig or McGrath.
Last week, I was just tight. That's just all there was to it. From not getting to do a lot of training and stuff because of my injury the week before, you know, I just tightened up a little bit. Ain't no thing, you know. I worked real hard all week long. We tested, you know, everybody on the team, Kawasaki, you know, they were all working hard, making sure that I got plenty of riding time this week. And I think that that's what I hadn't been getting enough of, was enough time on the bike. And so consequently, when I went to Pontiac, I just didn't feel right.
Something that I've never done before in my whole life. And I was pretty disgusted about it. I was pretty mad, and there's no reason it should have happened. You know, I was 5 seconds out in front, and I didn't need to be pushing it as hard as I was. But I'm always under the influence. You know, if you push it as hard as you can, then not much is going to happen. You know, you got to race like you raced the first 10 laps, the last 10 laps. So maybe if I would have slowed down, something else would have happened. So, I mean, try not to let that happen again.
As we come back, the 30-second board is up. Davey Coombs.
I think you're going to see a lot of things happen here in the first turn. It's going to be who gets out cleanly and who's left behind. We've seen it happen all night. The card is sideways.
Could we have a different winner? We've had 6 different winners this year. Could we have a new points leader when this is over? Emig and McGrath. McGrath gets across the line, but look at number 7, Kevin Windham. Windham shoots out of there like out of a cannon.
Yeah, Jeremy McGrath took Jeff Emig way deep into the hay bales and ended up screwing both of them up. I think Jeremy got into that first turn, and he didn't want to get pushed out like he did in the heat, so he went a little too deep.
That was a disaster for Jeff Emig. He went from second on the outside to about 15th.
The fireworks, in case you want to know about the bombs going off, it's fireworks here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway on our first lap. Kevin Windham, and then
Mike Craig.
Mike Craig in second place with Ezra Lusk in third. Larry Ward in fourth. It's Albertine and then Jeremy McGrath. After McGrath, it's Bradshaw, Kodrowski. Then it's Phil Lawrence. Oh, we have to go way back until we find a Jeff Emig. Jeremy McGrath gets the clean bar-to-bar action now with Albertine.
I see Emig right now. He's only picked up 2 spots on that lap. He's only up to 12. He's getting ready to make a move on one of the Chaparral guys, but he's got a long way to go before he gets in the top 3, let alone before he gets up to Jeremy McGrath.
A 5-second lead for Windham on Craig. And then right behind him, Ezra Lusk. Jeremy McGrath has now moved behind Lusk.
Well, right now what Jeremy's probably doing is settle in. He's got an eye on all the top 3 guys. Now he can take his time. He knows he has 19 laps to do it, and that's a long time. So he might be thinking, hey, Kevin Windham can get tired. A lot can happen in that time.
Number 15, Michael Craig, coming off the injured list after missing 4 races with a broken scapula. That's your angel wing, I think. But he's one of the riders, guys, I thought had a good chance for a win this season. Ezra Lusk takes Craig, number 15.
Maybe a little bit of that time off came back and haunted Craig right there. He junked the landing off that little double. That's all Ezra needed. Now we got Yamaha 1 and 2, and that's happened once earlier this year.
And the battle is on now, but right now Kevin Windham is out in front. Here is a replay, though, in the battle for second place. It's Jeremy McGrath on the right, Ezra Lusk on the left. Wheel to wheel. Not even a scratch of plastic, though, and now Ezra Lusk is kind of playing it like he did last week. Not let Jeremy get too far away, but he's not showing him any wheels.
We saw the same thing in the heat race earlier. Ezra got behind him and checked out his lines. One thing people might not know about, and some of you people out there on the internet following these races might know this, Jeremy McGrath and Ezra Lusk are on there all the time, and they're pretty good friends on opposite sides of the country, but they get together and talk about these things.
Yeah, but right now, I don't care if they're bunk bed buddies. These guys are going to take each other out to win this championship.
Windham, McGrath, Lusk, Albertine, Ward, Hughes, and Emig. Now that shouldn't be a problem with Emig getting by Hughes.
Ryan Hughes is a tough player. He gives it 110% anytime he's on the track. Last year he broke his jaw, came out and rode.
And
so
he's just moved by, yes. Ryan, and now he's looking forward to Larry Ward.
I think right now what Emig might want to think about doing, he's going to keep moving forward, obviously, but he might want to focus on Albertine, the 4th place rider, cut his losses there. He'll still be within a couple points. He will lose the points lead, but at least going the last 2 rounds will still be close.
Rick, Emmig's looking a lot smoother now. I guess he's just loosened up after a very, very tight beginning.
Yeah, he is looking real smooth, but that's what wins him the championships in the outdoor. In Supercross, you got to be aggressive, and you got to hit every little jump, bump, and turn with 100% aggression. And I think that's why Jeremy McGrath has done so well in Supercross.
Jeff Emig, Larry Ward, Honda of Troy, trying to hold off the points leader. Interesting battle right here. Emig goes on the inside and a very clean pass. Didn't even have to try to block him.
I think Ward knows.
Ward says, hey, goodbye.
Yeah, he knows who's in the championship chase right now.
And so Emig is on the climb up the ladder, guys.
Yeah, you know, I understand that, you know, there's guys out there fighting for a championship, but Larry Ward still needs to establish himself as the man, so I'm surprised he gave up that easy.
Pretty soon on the long straights, guys, Wyndham will be waving at Emig on the direction going the other way as we check our leader, number 7, Kevin Wyndham. He's got a huge lead right now. Guys, we have another fan fact on the way. We have never had 4 first-time winners in one season. If Wyndham wins this race, he'll go with Albee, Lusk, and Huffman as a first-time winner on a season. We mentioned it was stiff competition this year, but those numbers really prove it.
And those guys are all really young, too. I think it bodes well for the future of Supercross.
Yeah, here we're watching Jeremy McGrath, and Jeremy's just going to do what he can to pick off a little bit of time here and there on Wyndham. He's not going to make any big mistakes and go chase him down.
Oh, Lusk making a big move. Leaps over Jeremy McGrath. Ezra Lusk wants that number 1-2 finish for Yamaha. McGrath now has to wake up. I think he caught him by surprise.
That goes back to what Rick was saying whenever Larry Ward pulled over and let Jeff Emig by. Ezra Lusk, he does not have the same courtesy.
No, you're watching guys that want to be superstars and want to be the best, and I think Ezra Lusk knows what it feels like to win a couple of main events. Okay, down to Marty.
Yeah, when he came by, he was motioning something about being wrong with the bike. I'm standing here with Wyatt Seals. He's on the radio with Roger DeCosta. He can't talk to me right now. They're trying to figure out what's wrong also, but there is definitely something wrong with Jeremy Suzuki.
He's got a flat tire.
Looks like he might have the flat tire. Jeremy McGrath, oh, what a break this would be. Yes, the rear tire.
Yeah, Jeremy McGrath has got a rear flat tire.
Well, it's a fairly straight track. If it were the front tire, it'd be impossible.
Yeah, but with this high-speed track, as much as you're accelerating to jump triples and doubles and through the whoop-de-doos.
That's right, lots of jumps.
Yeah, you're going to throw that bike sideways. So we're going to test his merit, but that's the great thing about Supercross.
There's a lot of time left, too. That thing might come off the rim lock, and he's going to have some real problems.
7 laps remaining for number 1, Jeremy McGrath. Can he hold on? As Emig has got to be inspired.
A few seconds behind them, we got Ryan Hughes and Larry Ward coming up too. Right there we see Emig go by Jeremy, just salvage the points lead, Art.
That's right. Emig making his move. Emig started in 14th and has now moved 10 spots up. And number 3, number 1, it's Jeff Emig.
Well, I think, you know, Jeremy is a champion. He's going to keep fighting. Now, the key is going to be Ryan Hughes and Larry Ward. If they get by him, that's going to put a little bit of a chunk in there for the last race. So, you know, last couple races. So, right now, Jeremy's got to be getting eat up right now because I've been through that. I lost a spring in '82, and that added to me losing the championship.
Here's the horseshoe. Coming up the checkered flag. A Yamaha 1-2. That's a fact. Here's Kevin Wyndham. His first 250 Supercross victory. Ezra Lusk in second place.
And here comes Mike LaRocco on Jeremy McGrath. We got half a lap to go. He can still make the pass on him, but now is he going to be a team player or is he just going to go out for himself and try to take those points away?
Team Yamaha. Look at Kevin Wyndham, shaking his head, probably exhausted after his own teammate pushed him to the limit.
Well, when you get pushed like that, and you have to step it up on the last lap, it makes it tough. But here we got Jeremy McGrath, the champion that he is, just keep fighting and keeps digging, and he's holding off Mike LaRocco.
Jeremy McGrath, an unfortunate situation right now. It'll be interesting when we see the official standings.
I think that this is great. Mike LaRocco is being a team player. He's not pushing it. You know, even though there was the controversy there, that makes him a great champion.
We'll be back with the official order of things and the celebration here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway after this. From Texas Stadium, the home of the Cowboys, it's round 14 of the AMA Thor Parts Unlimited Supercross Series. Okay, Jeremy McGrath has got a Honda of Troy rider, Larry Ward, right next to him. And the Kawasaki of Ryan Hughes on the other side. We're off for the main event. Jeff Hemming, number 3.
Oh, Jeremy is caught in that
down.
jam.
He's caught up in the first turn. There's Antonez, number 19. Number 5 as well is caught up into the mess. That's LaRocco.
And over to the outside, Damon Huffman was stuck underneath his motorcycle. It's hard to tell if he was injured, if he just couldn't get up by himself because the bike was on top of him. But Emmig's got clear sailing, and Jeremy's buried in the pack. What an opportunity here.
Well, Jeremy just moving out of 13th place. It takes us back to 1995 in the mud race then. He was in 13th, got into 4th by lap 7, and ended up in 2nd place. Can he do it again?
I tell you, he's capable of doing it, but the one thing is you got Jeff out front, and if he doesn't fall down or make a mistake, I mean, making up looks like about 20 seconds right about now. It's going to be tough.
That would still give Emmig a 9-point lead going into the final race of the year. Jeff Hemming.
That's one place you don't want to be, is 9 points down going into the last race. Great place for Jeff. Yeah. Terrible place for Jeremy.
That's horrible. He's been coming from behind a lot. He's had 3 opportunities with Jeff not on his game to gain those points back, and a fall in Michigan, a flat tire in Charlotte, it really kept him from taking over the series lead. He's gotten around Lusk as Kutrowski finally gets his break, and so does Bradshaw. Both these guys having a tough time through the heat and semis. Actually, Bradshaw more so, and finally got a good start in the main.
Look at this. Ryan Hughes pulling up on the back bumper.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that Ryan would go out and kind of pressure Jeff like that. If I was Jeff, I'd almost be willing to just let him go. Go ahead, go win the thing. I'm going to stay here in second and try to capitalize on Jeremy's bad start.
Hughes has gone down.
Well, that's going to help. And as it starts to rain with 11 laps to go, this track can deteriorate pretty quick. Guys getting caught by surprise here and there by the track getting slick if it keeps raining hard.
What a ride for Kutrowski as he moves into 2nd place. That's the significance when number 9 went down. He's right behind number 18, Jimmy Button, right now. Button moved up to 3rd. So Hughes rejoins the action in 4th ahead of Craig. The only battle on the track is right here. Mike Kutrowski in 2nd place is being hounded by Ryan Hughes, number 9. Hughes trying for his best finish of the year as they both blow by Buddy Antonez, the lapper.
All these berms that one Ryan just got into there, they're getting tougher to get in and out of because they're getting kind of little jig jogs in them and down to the cement. Emmig's starting to steer clear of all those berms, choose good lines out there, and when you're able to relax, you can think more clearly and make better decisions.
If Emmig continues to lead and wins this race, and McGrath stays in 8th, Emmig will have an 18-point lead going into Las Vegas. Suzuki has only been off the podium 1 time this year.
Albie saved it in Charlotte. Jeremy got the flat tire. Ryan Hughes goes down.
That's the breakout the team needs. Goggles or no, he's now in 2nd place. Michael Craig making a move too. He's moved into 3rd. So Ryan Hughes having his problem staying on 2 wheels. Jimmy Button also passing. Let's check it again, David.
Comes out that corner, just leans a little bit too far to the inside. He's still leaning to the inside when he hits that jump. When the suspension compressed and rebounded, high-sided him the other way. And he was in a tough spot to get going, and all those guys were stacked up behind him. He lost some positions there. Now he's got no goggles and all those guys in front of him, and Jeremy is not far behind.
Jeremy is looking at Ryan Hughes right now. That would be 6th position, as he just got by Bradshaw for 7th.
Look at Jeremy, gets by Ryan. Now Emmig's going to be like, come on, Ryan, hold that guy back.
There we go, Jeremy McGrath. He's moving up the points ladder anyway. He's not going to give it away, that's for sure. So still anything can happen as we look here at Texas Stadium. Jeremy McGrath getting by Kutrowski. So McGrath now has moved into 5th position.
And Button's right there, just exiting that corner. Still within striking distance for Jeremy.
Can Jeremy pick him off on the straightaway here? It used to be the whoop section. Look at the power. Jeremy just pulling it up, cinching it up as he tries to approach Jimmy Button.
Probably one of the best times for Jeremy going through that section, that last lap. He needs to get around Jimmy right now so he can try to concentrate on Michael Gregg.
He's got it. Couple more points.
Moving up the ladder. Look at that nice move by Jeff Emig, cutting through the lappers with ease, pointing to his friends as he goes.
He's coming around to that triple he's been doing. The only other guy that tried it was Hughes, came up a little short. Look at the people waiting.
This could be Jeff Emig's finest win. I know St. Louis was significant because it broke up that tremendous win streak.
Just a stepping stone to where he's at now.
The checkers for Jeff Emig. And the season is underway for the 250s. It is Jeremy McGrath on the inside, Emig to the outside. McGrath is tied up in turn one. McGrath went down again. What a battle. Jeremy McGrath takes this first lead of the season. Jeremy McGrath spun out, and Emig is now in first place. Jeff Emig takes round number 3. Here he comes with the big race on, trying to get around Jeff Emig. Seals him off. Jeff Emig, a good bang-bang performance. And here's the checkered flag. Jeremy McGrath, his 44th career Supercross win. Jeremy McGrath, his second win of the year. McGrath is down and he's under the bike. Lusk takes the lead. Looks like he might have the flat tire. Jeremy McGrath, oh, what a break this would be. Yes, the rear tire.
Oh, Jeremy's
down.
Jam.
He's caught up in the first turn. The checkers for Jeff Emig. Oh my goodness, Jeff Emig. Hello, everybody, from Sandpoint Stadium, the home of the Runnin' Rebels of UNLV. It's the final round of the 1997 Supercross season. The Suzuki point standings tell us that Emig's 13-point lead gives him that luxury of needing only a 9th or better to win his first Supercross championship. Lusk in third, Ward, the top non-factory rider. Albertine not racing tonight because of injury, will drop out of the top 5, but likely LaRocco might move up.
Well, as far as sealing down the title, I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's something that I want to do, but I'm thinking more about the race and putting in a real good, solid ride. You know, giving it 100% like I've done all year long. And I mean, I've had the past month has been really good, and I feel that my riding and you know, my technique and my style and everything is, you know, is where I want it to be. But you always have to constantly be working on going faster each race.
I got so close and caught up from a long ways back, and then just to have little stuff happen like that, it's just, you know, it's a heartbreaker. But, you know, with the exception of those few things, I was really consistent, caught up a long ways, and was right there, knocking on the door, and then, you know, fell backwards again. So, I don't know, all I can do in Vegas here is just try and win the race.
Well, I'm taking a look at the starting line down here. Now, I'm actually surprised that Jeff Emig has chosen a spot so far to the outside. He's about halfway through the outside part of the gate. He's sitting between Team Chaparral riders, Jimmy Button and Phil Lawrence. Not the safest place to sit, believe me. And on the inside, there's the guys like Hughes, Bradshaw, McGrath, and, of course, Doug Henry. I don't know. That's it might seem risky. We'll have to see how he gets out of the start, I should say.
Probably staying out of trouble.
I agree with you, Davey. I'm surprised to see him that wide, but he is very confident in his starting ability. He knows if he gets a good start like he usually does, doesn't matter where he starts from. Also, he watched that 125 race, and Wyndham won that race, and he started in the same place.
7 different winners this year. 12 different riders made the podium. 11 different riders have led laps this season. We've had the most first-time winners, a tying record of 4. We've had the most riders winning more than one Supercross in a single season. That ties that record with 4. It's been an unbelievable year. Jeff Emig gets ready. We're underway. The final race of the season. Henry makes the $1,000 won 900 Pro Race Hole Shot Award. Right there, number 3 is Emig with Bradshaw alongside. Hughes is behind him with Jimmy Button and Larry Ward.
I don't believe, as one rider having trouble getting through the first corner, just one guy didn't get through there. He gets slid to the outside, but I am amazed at how well Emig came out through that first corner, because he had several guys to the inside of him, easily could have pushed him off the racetrack.
Jeremy McGrath has already passed Larry Ward and Jimmy Button. He's moved into 5th spot right now, where he's challenging for 5th against Craig. Henry is out in front. Bradshaw and Emig behind him. Emig moves into 2nd place with a good box-out-like move. The black pass for Emig. Hughes is coming up on Bradshaw in 3rd.
Looks like Henry is just going to say, see you later. He's already got a big lead in the battle. It's a 3-way battle for 2nd right now, including Bradshaw. Jeremy sits right behind that, and if he wants the title bad enough, he's got to go in there and mess with Jeremy a little bit. I mean, mess with Jeff Emig. That's what Rick Johnson would have done back in our days. He'd take me out if he could.
5-second lead for Henry on Jeff Emig in 2nd place. And it's Bradshaw and Hughes, McGrath, Craig, and Button.
I think what you're going to see here, Art, is a very smart, patient, careful race from Jeff Emig. Normally, I think he'd be out there hounding the leader, Doug Henry, but right now he's just going, okay, where's Jeremy? He's still back there. Okay, I'm good. As long as these guys don't apply a lot of pressure, I'll stay right here all night.
Well, so common the phrase, I'm riding my race.
He's got to feel like he's the leader right now with
Hughes. Number 9 on Bradshaw.
With Henry so far out front, this looks like the race for the lead.
So it's Emig, his teammate Hughes, which could prove to be a problem if McGrath ever gets up there.
That's a very comfortable feeling. It's got to be for Emig right now to look over his shoulder and see his teammate, know that he's going to be riding as wide a bike as possible to help Kawasaki bring home that title. This just has a weird feeling to me, Art. Just seeing Jeff out there riding very cautious, and to see Jeremy back there behind these 3 guys, behind Bradshaw. And we saw what happened with Carmichael, trying to make up time, trying to make something happen, trying to dig a little deeper to make up ground on Wyndham, and all the mistakes he had. Ryan making a big one right there. As soon as you try and go for a little extra, you find yourself on the ground. The conditions as slippery as they are.
And Ryan is slipping back as Bradshaw cuts in behind Emig. First time in Supercross history it would be if a 4-stroke could win this race.
It's already history by leading and making the main. It's just Doug is just a phenomenal rider, and if anybody can be versatile enough to go out and really up to the challenge to ride a 4-stroke in Supercross, especially a tight one like this, it's really amazing what he's been able to do.
Doug Henry out in front on the 4-stroke. You see right there Emig in 2nd. Number 10 is Bradshaw in 3rd, with Ryan Hughes in 4th. And Jeremy McGrath has not been able to pick up time on any of those riders. I've got to think that injured heel is really hurting him.
Well, it's a couple of things. You're right on the injury. That he's in no physical shape to be digging a little deeper and trying to do something special to make up time here tonight. And it's the toughest track to do it on. You never know. It's not over till it's over. If Jeff was to make a big mistake, if something really wacky was to happen to the motorcycle, and I don't even want to think it, but anything is possible. And at this point, that's all prayer Jeremy has.
Mike Craig fans, he got a good start, but he went down shortly. There's the move. Ryan Hughes in front of Emig. The position really doesn't matter to Emig. He wants to just stay out of trouble.
And if later in the race that position did make a difference, you can bet the signal board would come out for Hughes, let him by, and he'd do it.
Ryan Hughes, Jeff Emig, and Damon Bradshaw. But right now, Jeremy McGrath is 4 seconds behind that group. Bradshaw, he's trying his move on Emig. Emig doesn't want to let it go. He looks back at him. Bradshaw moves cleanly up a spot.
Now what this sets up is that, yeah, Emig didn't need to hold these guys off, but now the next guy in line is Jeremy. Vegas has been very good to Yamaha, and then
Jimmy Button goes down. Team Chaparral's Button.
That whoop section right there, those last 3 or 4 bumps, that's where Carmichael went down. Ryan Hughes got a little sideways there, was able to hang on to it.
Button in 6th place when this action happened.
His front wheel got turned a little bit. He was leaned to the inside, tried to put his leg out there, but once he got that much off balance, there was no saving it.
Our leader, Doug Henry. As we mentioned, if he wins, it would be the 6th win for Yamaha, and that would be the most since Damon Bradshaw took 9 victories back in 1992.
It's not that surprising to me to see a 4-stroke do so well outdoors, the way Doug has ridden the season, getting better and better with each event. But on the Supercross track this tight, I am just blown away. I can't believe it. Lusk has put in a great ride. Didn't get the best start, but he worked his way around McGrath, and now he's challenging Emig through the whoops. Here he is. No problem.
We've got 3 laps left in our final Supercross round of 1997.
Yeah, I know Emig just at this point doesn't really care. He's like, nope, go ahead, Lusk. Ezra rode fantastic in practice. I actually was talking with Johnny O'Mara, and we both felt like, well, he'd be a good pick tonight, the way he looked, and the start made the difference.
One of the 4 first-time winners this year, and he had a string of 5 podiums in a row, 6 on the season. He's really another success story in 1997, for sure. Henry, Hughes, Bradshaw, Lusk, and Emig on our Suzuki Field summary, as number 20 has got to be feeling good right now. Number 9, Ryan Hughes. He's in 2nd place with Bradshaw in 3rd.
That's really...
White flag lap. Final lap of the final race of the season. Will this be the first Supercross title for Kawasaki since 1987 when Jeff Ward took the title?
This is a long lap for Jeff Emig. He's soaking it all up, though. There's his mechanic. It's a great feeling for these guys.
For the first time in 5 years, someone other than McGrath will reign as Supercross champion. A former teammate of Doug Henry's, number 20.
Doug with that fin on his helmet. Troy Lee concoction. A lot of the riders are using them. I think Damon Huffman has one. McGrath had one at the first round at LA. Keeps them straight out there when they get up to top speed.
5th spot, Jeff Emig, Jerry Albrecht, his mechanic, waiting for him to come around. It's got payday written on it, and the crowd is standing, giving Doug Henry a great cheer as he takes the checkers for the 3rd time of the 1997 season. And here is your new champion, finishing his final lap as the fireworks go off here in Las Vegas. The City of Lights lighted up for Jeff Emig and Doug Henry. Payday, champ.
That's great.
Well, Jeremy Albrecht gets a little bonus out of that, too. Here he comes across slowly but effectively. Jeff Emig, who is just going step by step on a marvelous career.
It's been a long battle for him. He's been 2nd to Jeremy a long time. He deserves it.
And a well-deserved hand for Doug Henry. As history has not only been made with Emig winning his first Supercross title, but also Doug Henry, a 4-stroke, winning their first Supercross race. A happy moment for the team Kawasaki, no question about it. Jeff Emig never won a 125 title in Supercross. He's won a 125 and 250 in the National Outdoors, and now probably puts his most prestigious performance in the history books.
Okay, I'm standing behind Doug Henry, a history maker tonight on the YZM 4-stroke Yamaha. Doug, get him from his mechanic or his manager Keith McCarty. Doug, congratulations!
Thanks a lot, man. I'm so happy. Oh man, this is I don't know if this is the best win or not, but right now it sure does feel like it.
Does it make all those hours of practice on that 4-stroke and all the abuse you took from some of your critics in the press and everything to come out here and show them you could do it?
Yeah, definitely. I was just talking to Keith. You know, we worked so hard. You know, these last few weeks we'd be out testing until 6 at night, from like 9:30 to 6 at night. And these guys, you know, all of us, you know, I want to thank Keith McCarty, Bob Oliver, John Arden, especially my mechanic Pete, because we put in a lot of hard hours out there, and it definitely paid off.
Well, congratulations. I know you surprised a lot of people, including everyone up in the press box.
Yeah, I think so. I'm just, I'm glad I got a win on this four-stroke for all those four-stroke fans out there.
All right, congratulations, Doug.
Thanks a lot.
Let's take a look at the official results.
Got him.
Right now, as the Suzuki top 5 point standings, it is a 15-point win for Jeff Emig on the 1997 season over Jeremy McGrath. Ezra Lusk with 251 points, nailing down the 3rd spot. Let's go back to Davey.
Well, I said earlier the color of money was blue, but it is green. Congratulations, 1997 AMA Supercross Series champion Jeff Emig.
Thank you. I was trying to fight off, you know, the nerves and everything all day long here, and you know, as most people know, that wasn't one of my best races, but that was the one that definitely clinched it for me. And Kawasaki and my mechanic, Jeremy Albrecht, I mean, they're the ones that I have to thank for it.
Right. What about any words to the dethroned champion, Jeremy McGrath?
I'd just say I respect him quite a lot for what he's done and how he's handled the pressure for the last 4 years.
Right. And you did a good job yourself coming up through all the things you had with Jeremy, being the second and number 2 all the time, number two. Now you're finally number 1, Jeff.
Yeah, I've every year in Supercross, I've rode 250 Supercross, I've taken a step, and last year I got a second, so there was no place left to go except up to the top here.
Okay, Davey, thank you. More fans attended Supercross in 1997 than ever before, and they've been treated to one of the most competitive seasons in the sport's history. It's been truly an exciting experience bringing you the action. Art Ekman for David Bailey and Davey Coombs. Thank you, fans, for making our series a tremendous success.